Hey, how you doing? It's Tuesday, March 21st, episode 197 of the 359 podcast. Let's do it!
A very different podcast, apparently.
Very sensual.
I wasn't even going to go there, but sure.
I'm tired.
I was ready to get excited and then just drop down from there.
Well, maybe you got excited in a different way.
Well, no, I got excited about the fact that Roman Reigns can't wrestle is in our chat.
Yes, we actually get that reference.
What are we talking about?
Talking about Apple. All Apple, all day.
Great.
So, yes, I'm sorry.
Can we talk about the phone I drowned last night?
Yes, you can get a new iPhone 7 in red.
No thanks.
Okay.
And it won't drown either.
And it's waterproof. Yeah, it'll survive, man. It'll survive your rage.
And it's red, like your rage.
That is the most appropriate argument I've heard thus far.
All right, so yeah, Apple had a bunch of news today. They actually kind of quietly released everything via press release this morning, but we've got new iPad, new color for iPhone 7, 7 Plus, a new video editing app, and more storage for the iPhone SE. So we're going to break this all down for you shortly, and just as always, if you have any questions on any of these products, on Apple, Samsung, whatever, we'll take any questions at this point. Give it to Brian. Brian will pick out the best, and we will answer them in 3 minutes and 59 seconds.
From exactly 3, 2...
Welcome to the 359, where we talk about the top tech news of the day and all the other crap we want to throw in. I'm Roger Cheng.
I'm Alfred Eng.
Well, Apple had a busy morning. The company announced via press release a new iPad, a special edition red iPhone, more storage for the iPhone SE, and a new video editing app called Clips. So let's break it down. Alfred, what's new with the iPad?
Well, for one, they are dropping the Air name on it, so the Air is no more.
It's just iPad.
The Air is gone, sucked out. But it's also dropping in price. It's $329 now for its 32 gigabyte model.
$70 cheaper.
Yep. And it's also got a new chip on it. It's running on the A9. It used to run on the A8X, which
Right.
it basically runs on the same chip that an iPhone 6 and 6S have now.
Right. And they boasted that the display would be brighter. Mm-hmm. They didn't really give us details on what.
The new Retina display.
It's a new Retina display. Okay.
And also the iPad Mini 4 survives. The iPad Mini 2 is no more. But the 4 is still around, and it's basically improved its storage space.
So I'm really confused by that because the Mini 4 is $399, right?
Yes.
So it's more expensive than
Yep.
the new iPad?
Yep.
Does that make any sense to you?
No, I think they're trying to basically promote the
9.7 inch.
Yeah, everybody buy this.
It's interesting that they've done this before. Back in the third generation iPad, they reverted back. They went from iPad 2, and then back to iPad, and they're just going to go, we're just calling it iPad now, and that's it.
I mean, to be fair, there were so many iPads around where it's
Yeah.
like, what iPad am I on at this point?
Is this? I mean, look, we're at a period where the tablet market has definitely been shrinking. Apple is just seeing quarter after quarter of sales declines. Do you think this will do anything to prop up sales?
Yeah, I think price is a big point. Apple, the iPad is the best-selling tablet out there right now, but
Right.
It's not selling as much as it could be.
Right.
And the thing is that I think price is a good point on that end. And then also, if they're making it faster, if they're making it cheaper, I think it'll entice people. But I still think tablets will always have the same problem where people aren't buying, tablets every year like they're buying a new iPhone every year.
They're hanging on to them a lot longer.
That might be a smarter decision as to why they're making them cheaper now, though.
Right. Moving on, the new color for the iPhone 7 and iPhone 7 Plus is red. It's special edition. It's for the charity. It's for the RED program, which works to fight HIV and AIDS in Africa. Apple has long supported the RED charity program, but this is the first time that an iPhone gets the full RED treatment. Are either of you guys looking to buy this thing? Come on, it's red. It stands out. No?
I mean, if I were in the market for a new phone, I'd consider it.
Right.
But I always put cases on my phones anyway, so color doesn't really matter to
I
me.
got a clear case on my phone. You can clearly see that it's a black phone, which is like every other phone out there.
Yeah, which I'm perfectly fine with. I don't want my phone to stand out.
Right. So, I mean, look, this is, you could say this is an incremental update to the iPhone. It does give them a little bit of an excuse to kind of wave the iPhone flag out there a week before Samsung's set to release its Galaxy S8 phone. So, have to wonder if the timing of this is coincidental.
I don't really see it. I mean, it makes sense for them to kind of want their headlines out there,
Yep.
to kind of hey, we're making these updates also. But I think if they really wanted to take away the spotlight, they would have announced more software and hardware updates as opposed to
Right.
we've got a new color. If anything, the SE news is what's exciting me a lot more.
All right. Well, so yeah, the iPhone SE gets double the capacities, 32 gigs and 128 gigs for the same price. It was $349. So most affordable iPhone out there. And then now, lastly, there's Clips, a new video editing tool that seems to be a mashup between Snapchat and Instagram, but without the social network. Our own Scott Stein kind of calls it iMovie Junior, making it easier for you to edit movies.
I'm excited to see if people use it. I mean, think about like the editing tools that you had on Vine and the amazing content that you got out of that.
And frankly, iMovie was way too complicated to use.
I never used it.
Yeah, exactly. All right. For more on these stories, check us out on CNET. I'm Roger Cheng.
I'm Alfred.
Thanks for listening.
Right away in the chat, we got Joey's. He says, 1 step forward, 1 step back. Increase the power, but the disappearance of some features is a saddening affair. No longer anti-reflective display coating and no longer laminated. Do you think that's going to be a big crusher for the new iPad, or?
No, I don't. Man, at
It's
this
a very
price,
small nuance,
yeah, that's a pretty minor detail. I think for a lot of people, that the headline of the price cut of $70 is really.
I mean, I'll agree that it might be a step back. I don't think it's like a giant leap back, but
yeah, I mean, look, the bottom line, it's faster and it does have a better display, and it's cheaper. That's really what's going to get. I mean, that's again on the caveat that if people are willing to buy tablets. I'm not even sure if that's the case anymore. I mean, a lot of people at this point, they own tablets and they're pretty happy with the ones they have. So I don't know.
The interesting thing though is that it's the cheapest now that they killed off the iPad Mini 2 because that started at $269.
Right.
But now it's like, okay, well, we're getting rid of that one. So now your cheapest option is at $329 instead.
True.
Which is kind of frustrating. Why would
frustrating.
you get rid of our cheapest option and then call this one the cheapest thing available?
Well, I mean, Apple's done that. They've done that with the Mac line too, right?
Yeah.
This is definitely a way for them to kind of squeeze some extra profits out of them.
I know they do it. I just think it's frustrating.
Yeah, totally.
Roger, you're a self-proclaimed early adopter. Are you going to get the red?
No.
I still have an original iPod.
The red. The Nano?
The Nano, yep.
Yeah.
I got.
That was a nice looking iPod.
It still works.
Yeah.
As opposed to my phone.
I don't know. Like a lot of people like to put emphasis on their phone colors and just like how sleek their phone looks and things like that, and the aesthetic of it. And for me, like it's in my pocket all the time.
Well, look, in the world that we live in, everyone seemingly owning an iPhone or a Samsung phone, everyone wants to be a little bit different. I mean, they don't want to be super different, like with a completely different phone. They want an iPhone, but they also want to have it stand out. This is definitely a way to appeal to folks who are a little bit more, they're a little bit more fashion conscious, a little bit more focused on trying to stand out from the crowd, and that's who they're going after.
I guess I've never considered a phone a fashion accessory.
The same way it totally is for a lot of people.
The same way that I look at,
it's a part of your identity.
People who get like Gucci wallets or like Louis Vuitton underwear, where I'm like, no one is going to see that. Maybe one person.
There are people who do that though.
I know.
Not me. I'm not even wearing any underwear right now. So
yeah, that's name brand.
Yikes on bikes.
I'm joking, by the way.
Yeah, sure.
It's all Louis Vuitton down there. So.
Yathu's asking, how is the red color going to fight against HIV? I think they're basically selling the excess unsold iPhone 7 because it's time for the new iPhone 8. That's a little cynical.
But does he understand how fundraising works?
Right. I mean, that's the one thing you can't criticize because charity is charity.
The proceeds from this phone, 100% of the proceeds, and again, it's not the revenue, but assuming the profits, go to this charity, which basically doles out grants to programs in Africa that are designed to fight HIV and AIDS. These aren't new, like old iPhone 7s that they repainted. To go through this process, they'd actually have to create a new process to apply like this red paint onto it. So it's not like
Tim Cook is just sitting in a factory
there's
painting.
Exactly.
There's how to move them.
Boxes of iPhone 7s that are unsold. They're like, yeah, this'll do it.
Here's a good idea. You talk about how, the fashion accessory aspect of it. What if they made product red AirPods so that people do see them?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I wonder if the red will start venturing into other elements of Apple.
Apple already has a ton of red products in terms of accessories, cases, Beats headphones. There are red edition
Beats
products.
headphones are like super red.
Right.
That's like their default color.
That's true.
Yeah.
But there is a red edition one, though.
Yeah.
So I could totally see it moving to AirPods because it's sort of a natural leap in terms of getting including more red products in the mix.
Hang on, I had one and I lost it. Oh, Raja, he's calling out. I mean, do we know how much the percentage of the profit that goes to the charity? Because he says he wants Apple to give 100%, or else it's just bait.
Well,
No,
they
it's
do
100.
say in the press release it's 100% of,
Yeah.
of the proceeds. I think that's the profits, obviously, after the cost of manufacturing the
Right.
device. But they say it's 100%.
Nice.
And I think it's, I got to pull up the number, but it's pretty significant.
They've
It's,
contributed $130 million
There you
to
go.
the
The
Global
last
Fund
6
since
years?
2006.
yeah, 7 years. 6.5, 7
Well,
years.
10, 11 years since 2006. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, my math's terrible. I'm a journalist.
Well, you can't hate on him for that. You
Yeah.
got to at least appreciate that. Alfred, you are an avid Snapchatter.
Yep.
Are you looking forward to experimenting with
I
these
actually
new
am.
clips?
But the thing is that I'd like to see if it picks up in popularity because there's a lot of video editing apps out there already. And
Sure.
the thing
Yeah.
is that, not everyone uses them. If this is going to be one of those Apple default apps that, you can't remove from your device, I can see a lot of people using it, to be honest.
Yeah. Well, the thing of it is, if you pull up your camera roll, you're in your video, and there's already kind of like a default link to like use
Yeah.
clips to edit stuff. Yeah, because right now it's the default is to go to iMovie.
Yeah,
and no one does that.
I've always
right?
been annoyed by the inability to edit like functionally on an
Yeah,
iPhone too.
yeah.
When I'm using my Galaxy S7, I edit clips on that all the time, and it's not even like adding effects or anything.
It's
It's
just
simple
chopping
things
off
where
the length, the from the end.
yeah,
right? Yeah.
That's
totally.
like a very simple thing that like I would prefer to use. Like rotating the video also if it's shot like vertically and then just want it to be horizontal for Twitter or on Instagram. And that's primarily what the video editing tool is going to be for,
Right.
more for your Facebook and Instagram videos and
Although
sending
it's
iMessages to your friends.
noteworthy that they're going with the square. The square shape.
Yeah, because it's better for Instagram.
right, exactly.
It'll be interesting to see how much customization you can do on it. Where Snapchat's like really cool, where you can draw on it, you can add your own stickers and things like that. You can adjust like your
Actually,
voice
one of the
based on the
things
filter.
that I'm really interested in is this auto transcription service. It basically
Oh, that would make life so much
or
easier.
auto captioning, right?
Yeah.
It just basically it'll read what you're saying or hear what you're saying, and it'll caption for you.
Yeah.
Which is huge on Facebook.
And the most interesting thing to me on this though is the ability to add a soundtrack to your videos, because
So,
whenever I Snapchat,
by
Like
the way,
YouTube licensing.
Yeah. But by the way, so that feature was available on multiple different phones. BlackBerry, HTC have had these video editing programs built into their phones, which so basically auto generates a
Yeah.
video with music. They've had this for years,
yeah.
and now Apple's finally rolling this out.
Counterpoint though,
No one
those
cares
phones.
about those phones.
No. Those phones did not like take high enough quality videos for me to want to use that.
That's arguable. Like at that point, those were high quality videos.
Yeah.
At the point when you were using, it was a flagship. Those were flagship phones with pretty powerful cameras. At that point, those videos were fairly high quality.
I'm still compared
social-
to like
the social-
Apple's camera though.
Well, no, relative to Apple's cameras
Yeah.
from back then. I mean,
Yeah,
it's
okay.
unfair because they came out with this stuff years before,
Yeah.
right? You can't really compare it to an iPhone 7.
Well, yeah. I'm on that point though. There's like a bunch of apps that let you do that too.
right.
That's
right. It's not the point being. It's not Apple being particularly
No.
groundbreaking.
I'm just, it's one of those more of those like finally moments as opposed to like wow kind of things.
Right. Exactly.
Yeah. But on Snapchat, anytime I wanted a song in the background, I'd have to like go to SoundCloud or like Spotify, load it up, and then like
oh yeah,
go
that's
to
kind of a pain.
yeah. So I'm interested in it. Yeah, that's
No, I'm
There's another
interested in
point.
it's available. It's not available right away, by the way. It's available in April.
Right.
But we are interested in checking it out. I mean, I could use a video editing tool.
we're
Fun
actually
apps are fun
producing
apps.
we're actually producing all our videos now using this.
We will be.
Oh God.
I'm kidding.
I quit.
There
Props,
goes another iPhone, Brian.
props to Alex in the chat. Quote, no, I hate all of these. Nokia 3310 in red is the best.
There you go. Except it won't work in the U.S. So
Yeah.
I mean, if he's not in the U.S.,
good
it's
luck with
perfectly
that.
fine.
It's true. If you're in Europe, you're golden.
Also indestructible. So maybe that's what
It's
you should
not
get.
really indestructible, but it's pretty damn close.
I'll see about that. Let's see what else is going on
I mean,
in the
we got
chat
a tiny
today.
screen like that. It's pretty hard to crack.
True. Do you think they're going to maintain any of the other features from the iPhone 7 and this iPhone Red, waterproof, so on and so forth?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It
it
the
seems
like a
iPhone
no-brainer,
7,
but-
it's completely. It's just the iPhone 7, but in red. So all the features that you enjoy with the 7 now, or the 7 Plus, you'll just get in red. So I'm hoping
everything on the camera shoots.
I'm
in
hoping
red.
the next version will have a red version, maybe even a blue. Like I want different colors. I don't want just I don't know.
Yeah.
Gold and rose gold and
They're not very exciting
white
in their
silver.
colors.
yeah, black, silver.
Very
jet
mute.
black.
They're like muted tones except
Yeah.
for the red one, which I guess is kind of like part of the strategy. Like this is the one that sticks out. Also, it's
Right.
for charity.
Yes, yeah. So you'll feel good while you buy it.
And also boast to everyone else, like, hey, look,
Look
I
at me.
donated.
That's right. I'm fighting AIDS
Right?
with
What
my
are you
phone.
What are you doing with your phone? The smugness level.
Oh
Just,
God, yeah, I can see the smugness level being pretty high.
All right, that's probably a good place to wrap it up for the day. Let's plug one more time. If anybody out there wants to contribute to our big special 200th episode,
Woo!
look at the description. We got a link in there for a high-res photo of Roger's face. We want you to take a note after our loyal commenter, Christian, who quoted our mantra, I want to punch Roger Cheng in the face, in the chat over and over and over in the past 197 episodes. We
Oh,
want
man.
you to show
Or
us.
woman. I don't know.
I hope he sends it.
I've been
hope he's-
trying to look for him and I can't
Yeah.
find him. But either way, take that picture, download it, put it in an animation, print it off, put it on a punching bag, punch Roger Cheng in the face, make a video, send it to us. My email's in that link. You'll be part of the big 200th episode
Yeah.
extravaganza.
Oh yeah.
All right. And on that note,
On that note, it's
call it a day.
Yeah, if you liked anything you saw or heard here, check us out on CNET. Podcast is also available on iTunes, TuneIn, Stitcher, SoundCloud, FeedBurner, and Google Play Music. See you guys tomorrow.
see you tomorrow.